The success of the Mission Impossible franchise over the years was something I never would have predicted. Originally starting off in 1966 as a TV show, capitalising on the spy craze James Bond had created, before ending in 1973, then returning for a short period between 1988 and 1990. And yet somehow I barely hear it being mentioned anymore. Yet it's hard to ignore Lalo Schifrin's catchy opening theme. But since I was born in 1988, it never caught my interest back then. Then in 1996, Scarface director Brian De Palma was hired to take a crack at it, replacing Peter Graves with Jon Voight for the role of the show's main character, Jim Phelps, and reliable box office star Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt as the film's main protagonist. But let's not waste any more time. I got 7 films, or 6.5 since part 2 of Dead Reckoning isn't out yet, to get through. And my mission, if I choose to accept it, is to go through all these movies to celebrate the release of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. The first instalment, Mission Impossible, sees an operation led by Jon Voight as Jim Phelps with the help of Tom Cruise playing Ethan Hunt and his team as they try to retrieve a list of undercover spies in a bid to protect their identities. Unfortunately, things go tits up. Phelps and the team are killed, with Ethan as the only survivor and the prime suspect. Now Ethan has no choice but to find the traitor, the list, and prove his innocence. It's a good start to the series, working more like the more patient spy thrillers like the Ipcris File, and has all the cool spy shit we like to see in these things, such as meeting in public, using secret code words disguised as mundane conversations, infiltrating secure areas after some careful planning. Tom Cruise does a decent job as the cocky but capable Ethan Hunt, humbled by his experience, on the edge but never losing control and always keeping his wits about him. Ving Rhames, Jean Reno, and Emmanuel Beard provide support, as well as Jon Voight as Mr. Phelps. Brian De Palma brings a real sense of suspense to the mystery, with Ethan having to outsmart the IMF in order to find the knock list as well as the traitor. But if I had to complain about a few things, Danny Elfman's score did sometimes remind me of Batman Returns in places which could be distracting, and the final climax on top of the TGV train, while exciting, does feel out of place in a film where the majority of the action relied on careful planning, intel gathering and stealth. And maybe turning the original show's protagonist into the villain might not have been the best move, though that didn't stop the movie from becoming a big success. But still, it's a slick, suspenseful old-school spy thriller and a decent start to a soon-to-be great franchise. Right, that's me done. I'm off down to the pub. And I'll catch you later for Mission Impossible 2.